Before I start, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear your experiences and perspectives on this. Now, let me tell you about the moment I realized my life had changed forever. It began with a text, not one of those casual good morning messages or something funny, but a simple notification that froze me mid-step. I can't stop thinking about you. Tonight, I need you. I stare at the screen, my thumb hovering over the reply button, trying to convince myself it wasn't for her. But deep down, I knew it was. She walked into the room, humming softly, her eyes catching mine for a fleeting second that felt too loaded. I wanted to laugh it off, to shake the creeping suspicion from my chest, but I couldn't. Something was off. The smallest gestures. The way she glanced at her phone when I entered the kitchen, the faint scent of cologne that wasn't mine, started building a wall of unease around me. At first, I questioned myself. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe I was imagining things. I replayed every interaction, every smile, every late night at work she had mentioned, trying to convince myself that love doesn't automatically vanish because of one odd message or a strange look. But the signs kept stacking up. Missed calls she quickly hid. Texts that disappeared when I leaned over. Sudden excuses for meetings I never heard about before. One evening, it all came to a head. We were lying on the couch, a quiet tension between us, the TV flickering with some meaningless show. I couldn't contain it anymore. My voice cracked before I even realized I was speaking. "Do you love him?" I asked, trying to keep it calm, trying to protect whatever dignity I had left. She froze. Her hand tightened around the blanket draped over her legs. Her eyes went wide, and the room felt impossibly silent. "I what?" she stammered, words faltering. I repeated it, softer this time, almost whispering, "Do you love him?" And then, in the same breath, I said his name, the one I had seen in the message, the one that had been haunting my thoughts. The name hit the air like a hammer. She went completely silent. Her lips parted slightly, but no words came. Her eyes, once warm and familiar, seemed to retreat somewhere far away, leaving a hollow I didn't recognize. My chest tightened. I felt my pulse hammering in my ears. Every memory of her laughter, every quiet Sunday morning together, suddenly tainted. The days that followed were unbearable. Every smile felt like a lie, every touch like a rehearsal for a story I wasn't part of. I found myself watching her phone more often than I cared to admit, catching glimpses of messages that confirmed my worst fears. He wasn't just in her thoughts. He was in her life, entwined in ways I hadn't anticipated, hidden in the quiet corners where I once thought I was the only one. I confronted her several times, each attempt leaving me more shattered than before. She would give vague explanations, sometimes guilt-laden, sometimes defensive. "It's not what you think," she said once, her voice trembling. I didn't mean for this to happen, but the weight of her words didn't reach me anymore. I had crossed the line from doubt into certainty. And yet, I loved her. That was the cruelest part. I remembered the early days, how she used to curl up next to me in the mornings, how we used to plan trips and dream about a life together. Those memories felt like knives now, each one a reminder of trust broken. I wrestled with myself constantly, caught between anger and heartbreak, between the desire to walk away and the foolish hope that she could come back to me. It all culminated one rainy evening. I followed her instinctively, not with malice, but with a desperate need to see the truth. She met him at a small cafe, laughter spilling between them like a betrayal I could hear from a mile away. I stood across the street, drenched and trembling, watching them, and for the first time, the fantasy of reconciliation shattered completely. When I got home, I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. I just sat on the edge of the bed and let the silence consume me. She came in, soaking wet from the rain, and I simply looked at her. "I asked you if you loved him," I said quietly, "and now I know." She didn't answer. She couldn't. The truth hung between us like a storm cloud, unspoken but undeniable. I realized then that some moments demanded decision. I could linger in the heartbreak, letting it consume me, or I could reclaim myself. The next morning, I packed a small bag, leaving a note on the kitchen counter. It wasn't angry. It wasn't vengeful. It simply said that I loved myself enough to walk away from a love that had died, that I would not chase someone who didn't choose me. Walking out that day, the rain had stopped, leaving the streets glistening reflective. I felt the sting of tears, but also a strange lightness, a reminder that survival often begins with letting go. The house we shared, the life we planned, even the love I still carried. It was all behind me, and yet I felt the first spark of something new. Self-respect, resilience, the quiet hope that one day, love might feel honest again. If there's one thing I want you to take from my story, it's this. Trust your instincts, honor your feelings, and never let betrayal redefine your worth. Walking away isn't weakness, it's courage. And sometimes, the only way to truly heal is to let the ones who hurt you stay behind, while you move forward, stronger than before. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and your story deserves to be heard.